of here. You're fired.
It's important that you save your vote for the November election.
Election.exe. How AI hacked the heart of American democracy. Imagine being just hours away from casting your vote in one of the most consequential elections in modern American history. You're catching up on the latest news and scrolling through your usual digital haunts when suddenly, bam, a video appears.
A very good relationship with Russia and with President Putin.
It's your favourite presidential candidate, staring directly into the camera, uttering words so jarring they send a shiver down your spine. Statements so outlandish, so uncharacteristic, you feel the ground shift beneath your political convictions. But before your belief calcifies into outrage, a creeping doubt surfaces. Is this even real? Welcome to the new electoral battlefield where truth is malleable, digital mirages can mimic reality, and the power of artificial intelligence is no longer theoretical, it's tactical. This isn't a scene from a futuristic thriller, it's a snapshot of the 2024 US presidential election. A campaign season where artificial intelligence wasn't just a tool, but a transformative force that redefined strategies, reshaped narratives, and cast a long shadow over the credibility of democracy itself. In this brave new world, every voter must wrestle with a profound question. In a landscape filled with digital doppelgangers and algorithmic spin, how do you know what to believe? Welcome to the Global Insight. The 2024 US presidential election was less about traditional handshakes and town halls and more about algorithms and predictive models. For the first time in history, artificial intelligence wasn't just assisting campaign teams, it was driving them. Campaigns turned to AI to sift through immense volumes of voter data, parsing everything from age and geography to digital footprints and emotional triggers. According to Analytics.Insight, AI allowed campaigns to micro-target voters with messages that resonated on a deeply personal level, sometimes even customizing the tone, vocabulary, and delivery method to match an individual's psychological profile. These tailored tactics extended well beyond targeted ads. As noted by the Partnership on AI, candidates employed AI tools that could adapt video content on the fly, altering visuals, pacing, and even emotional tone based on how different voter segments reacted. This technology, similar to how Netflix serves up its recommendations, brought an eerie level of precision to political messaging. But with this power came growing unease. While campaigns hailed it as innovative outreach, critics warned of creeping manipulation and data privacy breaches, wondering if democracy was starting to look less like a public forum and more like a personalized sales pitch. With AI optimizing nearly every aspect of political outreach, the line between strategy and surveillance began to blur. As Mobilite observed in a recent blog on AI-powered election strategies, the most effective campaigns weren't necessarily the most truthful. They were the most algorithmically optimized. Voters weren't just being informed, they were being nudged, courted, and sometimes cornered by messages engineered to provoke maximum emotional engagement. Whether it was a call to action or a fear-based appeal, AI knew what made each individual tick, and campaigns used this knowledge to their advantage. Yet this sophisticated targeting raised urgent ethical questions. What happens when persuasion becomes indistinguishable from manipulation? And who holds the responsibility for ensuring that these powerful tools are used responsibly? As AI inserted itself deeper into the heart of the democratic process, it didn't just change how campaigns communicated, it began to alter what it means to be an informed voter. The game has changed, and the rules are being rewritten in real time. In the 2024 US election, a new and unsettling truth emerged. Seeing was no longer believing. The technological leap in AI-generated deepfakes meant that voters were regularly confronted with fabricated videos and audio clips so realistic they fooled even the most discerning eyes and ears. From clips impersonating President Biden making inflammatory statements to videos of local officials seemingly endorsing conspiracy theories, the manipulation was both strategic and terrifying. According to American community media, one particularly chilling incident involved a robocall that used a cloned version of President Biden's voice to mislead New Hampshire voters, urging them not to vote.
It's important that you save your vote for the November election.
It was a stark reminder that AI is not just enhancing campaigns, it is distorting the very reality that voters rely on. These deepfakes didn't just spread confusion, they actively sabotaged the democratic process. The sheer volume of AI-generated misinformation overwhelmed traditional safeguards. As Lawrence Norden of the Brennan Center for Justice warned, you could just imagine offices being inundated with thousands and thousands of requests that keep election officials from doing their work. The result was a chaotic digital battlefield where truth became negotiable and trust, already frayed, began to unravel entirely. In an age when synthetic media can mimic a candidate's voice or facial expressions with chilling accuracy, voters are left asking, if you can't trust your eyes and ears, what can you trust? Deepfakes proved to be more than just clever hoaxes. They became powerful weapons of disruption. Bad actors, both foreign and domestic, deployed these tools to inflame divisions, depress turnout, and delegitimize the electoral process. The targets weren't just presidential contenders. Down-ballot races, voter information hotlines, and local campaigns also found themselves ensnared in a web of manipulated media. These synthetic assaults required no massive infrastructure or foreign intelligence backing, just off-the-shelf tools and a malicious intent. In many cases, the real damage came not from whether voters believed a deepfake, but from the uncertainty it introduced. The mere possibility of manipulation bred skepticism across the board, casting doubt on even legitimate content. In a democracy where informed decision-making is paramount, this erosion of trust is perhaps the most dangerous outcome of all. As AI continues to evolve, the threat posed by deepfakes will not disappear. It will only become more insidious, more frequent, and more difficult to detect. In 2024, artificial intelligence stood guard at the gates of American democracy, but it also slipped through the cracks. AI-powered tools became indispensable allies for election security teams, helping to detect cyber threats, flag misinformation, and trace coordinated influence campaigns with surgical precision. As detailed in a report from the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, AI-enabled monitoring systems could now analyze social media content at scale, detecting changes in language and tactics used by foreign actors who sought to manipulate voter perception. These systems didn't just react, they anticipated. However, for every advance in protection, there was a counter-offensive. AI wasn't just a shield, it was also a sword. Bad actors, including state-backed hackers and extremist groups, used AI to supercharge their disinformation efforts. As highlighted in a report by Checkpoint, they automated cyber attacks, deployed AI-generated phishing campaigns, and crafted deepfakes that bypassed even the most advanced filters. The now infamous robocall mimicking President Biden, which falsely urged voters in New Hampshire to stay home, exemplified how AI could be weaponized to suppress turnout and sabotage trust.
It's important that you save your vote for the November election.
Despite AI's growing role in defending the electoral process, public trust lagged far behind the technology. Only about 1 in 5 Americans believed tech companies were equipped to stop the misuse of AI during elections. This crisis of confidence wasn't rooted in ignorance, but in experience. Voters had seen too many manipulated videos, heard too many false audio clips, and read too many AI-generated headlines to believe that anyone truly had control. This evolving arms race is not just technical, it's existential. Experts have stressed the need for a robust, transparent framework to manage AI risks during elections, one that includes collaboration among federal agencies, private tech firms, and civil society. Without such a framework, every new innovation becomes a double-edged sword, capable of defending democracy or dismantling it. The upheaval wrought by AI during the 2024 US presidential election was not an isolated event, it was a reflection of a broader global transformation. Around the world, governments are struggling to keep pace with the rapid evolution of artificial intelligence. As seen in New York and across the European Union, AI is being integrated into everything from voter outreach to public service delivery. Yet the speed of implementation is far outpacing the development of legal safeguards. The European Union has taken a notable step with its pioneering AI Act, the first comprehensive regulation aimed at controlling high-risk uses of artificial intelligence. But even this effort may fall short in curbing AI's darker political applications. Deepfakes, algorithmic disinformation, and voter manipulation are not bound by borders, and they thrive in the grey areas between policy and practice. In response to the mounting threat, major tech firms came together to form the Tech Accord to combat deceptive use of AI in 2024 elections. According to Baker McKenzie, this alliance is committed to detecting and mitigating harmful AI-generated content, sharing detection tools, and collaborating with researchers to protect electoral integrity. It's a promising step, but one built on voluntary cooperation rather than enforceable laws. Ultimately, what's needed is more than a handshake among tech titans. Governments must build on these efforts with rigorous legislation, international agreements, and real accountability. Otherwise, democracies will remain perpetually reactive, scrambling to catch up with a threat that never sleeps. As the dust settles from the 2024 US presidential election, one thing is clear. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant disruptor. It is a central player in the democratic process. On the optimistic side, AI offers unprecedented opportunities to engage voters, streamline campaign operations, and tailor messages with pinpoint accuracy. But this potential is double-edged. The same technologies that allow candidates to reach voters more effectively also empower malicious actors to deceive, manipulate, and fracture the very foundation of electoral trust. According to American community media, experts warn that without transparency and regulation, democracy itself could be at risk. While cybersecurity measures like multi-factor authentication and paper ballot backups are critical, they're not enough. What's needed is systemic vigilance, global cooperation, and a societal awakening to the ethical challenges that AI brings to the ballot box. So, next time you see a viral video or a too good to be true campaign promise, pause and ask yourself, is this real or is it AI at work? The 2024 US election underscored how algorithms are writing the rules of democracy, and you're part of the story. So stay curious, stay skeptical, and above all, stay engaged. That's it from the team at The Global Insight for now, but again, we want to hear what you think. How does AI's growing role in politics impact your trust in elections? Do you know someone who was influenced by AI-generated misinformation? And what steps do you believe should be taken next to safeguard our democracies against digital manipulation? And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here at The Global Insight. And until next time, stay tuned.